Alright, so try not to hate me, but unfortunately I know that I haven't been updating at all over the course of the last couple months, but very justifiable reason for doing so. Anyway, so what so I mean really the semester's really just been obnoxious and kicking my butt and just not giving me the option to really do anything else but kind of go through classes and kind of go through whatever else I might have to go through. So really, kind of, I guess the topic, I don't really have a topic for this one, just kind of a life update. Now I've officially, as of a little bit ago, I've gone through every system that's known to man, I guess we could say. And so now we've kind of switched into the major board review topics and things like that. So we took 2 shelf exams, which are nationally administered by the NBME, National Board of Medical Examiners, I think, and I have an ACLS, American Advanced Cardiac Life Support, course I've been going through for this past week. Take that test on Friday. It's a Wednesday now, and then I take the not national, and then we have a practice ComSci, which is like a mock Comlex. I think it's only half the length, but still practice. And I think we're taking next week we're also taking the proficiency. I think the proficiency in in the basic sciences. So that's going to cover everything basic. So what can we say about this stuff? So I took 2 shelf exams. We took the NBME pharmacology shelf and the microbiology shelves. Right after we had our reproductive final, reproductive system. So that was the pharm one was super great for me because I think that week I had a grand total of like 5 tests and it was a miserable time. I ended up doing okay on it. I didn't do as well as I wanted to. I was still right around the class average, a little below, just because I didn't have enough. Because there were like two days you could take it. I luckily, unfortunately, got put the one that was right after my repro final, so it was like repro final, take it for a couple hours, and then I had all day to study. But it was hard. It's pharm is just it's just miserable. Pharm sucks. Pharm is awful, and they like to test it like awful ways. But we're not going to go into that. Micro, surprisingly, I did extremely well. I scored well above the average, because I was putting a crap load of time into that. Because I know micro is personally one of my weakest subjects because I don't really get it, but now I get it, so it's great. But, that was really surprising. I had some time to prepare for it. I did really well. It was just a fantastic experience. So in terms of what to do to prep for shelf exams, I guess, is the thing that I did that I varied between the two. The first time for the farm shelf, I logged on to one of my question banks, and I was like, I'm doing all 200 and something farm questions, and I'm just going to learn it. Not the best idea, because as you start getting things wrong, or as you start seeing questions, not show up, no, you lose it. You get, your stress goes through the roof. You start shutting down. You stop learning things. You stop understanding it. So that didn't go over very well. The thing that I did was really beneficial that I don't know if it's possible, is I got a farm student to sit down with me, and he kind of studied his own stuff. But every time I had a farm question, I was like, "Why is this correct?" And it was nice. It was good because from a farm standpoint, it's completely different than from what us medical students do to try and learn farm stuff. So that was helpful to an extent, but I didn't sleep well the night before, and then the night before the actual shelf exam, I think I was up to like 2 or 3, and I took the exam at 8, so I crashed. I absolutely just crashed. So not a good thing. Didn't do well, but whatever. So then the micro rolled around, and I'd been working pretty steadily at micro over the past couple months, because I know it's my hardest. But then I freaked out after my farm exam, and it wasn't very good. So I met with I don't know, the therapist, and I was like, listen, I'm just freaking out about the stress of medical school. What can I do? And so he suggests this brilliant idea that I noticed has basically skyrocketed my performance, Because for me, my constant mental state was like, I have to do practice questions and I have to, get used to quizzing myself. And, with the farm thing, my the anxiety level rises when you start getting things wrong, you shut down, and it's bad. So he recommended reading over everything 7 times. Just passively reading it, repetition. So I was like, fine. I've done all the prep for micro. Let me just sit down over the course of the next 2 days, and I would just read over everything 7 times. And it pretty much did. Just because of the sheer volume, 7 isn't really a plausible number in every case. But, for bacteria, I pretty much got through everything 7 times. And then when it came down to, viruses are always my weakest point. Because they never ask you about the virus. They always ask you, what is the composition of the causative virus? So you have to be it's an envelope double-strand DNA icosahedral virus. And then there's, 6 other options for it. It's dumb. But, And so, I got through bacteria, worm infections, parasites, and bugs. And, my performance was just off the charts in those areas. And so I really feel like that's the way to handle it. Sometimes it might be a little much. Maybe I'd shoot for 5 or 6 just, to make sure you cover everything. But that definitely is, my new study mentality. And I've been putting that effort into my classes and kind of nailing the last, I think we have 2 systems since Repro. And I just annihilated it. And I was so proud of myself that, something's finally clicking, now the board review season is in session. Which sucks. Awful. So, classes are over in 17 days as, I think it's really sweet. As of today, because it's May 1st, welcome to May, first of all. But, so I don't have that much longer till my boards. Like I said, June 26th. And I've started an official countdown. I think now I'm down to 55 days, 18 hours, 43 minutes, and 1 second. So it's horrifying to think about because I have not been putting in the time just because of all the other stuff that with classes and everything that I've had to do. So I don't like it, but, that's another beast I'll tackle. And then as another fun side note, that's how long I've been in medical school. 1 year, 280 days, 6 hours, 17 minutes, and 20 seconds. When you think about it, that's kind of neat. Seems like I've been in school for maybe 6 months. The time has flown by, and I really cannot wait to get to the clinic in July, start seeing patients, and start working with doctors, and start trying to apply everything that I'm learning. Because just sitting down reading it is it's awful. But that's why they give you standardized patients. That's why they give you practice. Is because it really re-solidifies and recenters you to realize why you're doing it. I mean, it's great. I'm really excited, but I'm petrified that this 55-day mark is hit. Suddenly, my 6 months of board prep is no longer. Suddenly, I'm under 60 days, under 2 months, and I haven't started it. Had a breakdown about it last night. I was up till 2:30 in the morning, just sitting in my bed, freaking out. But onward and upward, I guess. And then today I went to an intubation clinic, which was sick. I loved it. Now I'm just intubate everything. I don't care who you are, oh, you have back pain, we're intubating you. Because it was just so neat to try on dummies, mannequins, of course, because I'm only second year, I have no idea what I'm doing. But that was cool. ACLS is kind of stupid. It's like CPR plus drugs. So that's adding a lot of stress because I think the exam is only 35 questions and you have to get an 85% by national standards to pass, so you can't really miss any. Initially, the rumor was 20 questions, so you can only miss 3 to pass. But I think now it's been confirmed that it's 35, so I can only miss. You can only miss 5 questions though, and I think that is the scariest part about it. But we're getting through it. We're moving right along. As a side note, I'm starting a personal because I'm starting to try to do other productive things with my life. So I'm starting meeting with a personal trainer this week. So I'll have some sick fitness advice from her. She's absolutely fierce. She's done amateur competitions. She used to be a physical therapist. She's worked for 6 different fitness companies, and I love her to death. And she's gonna be great. So, probably be crying in about 4 hours after I meet with her, but that'll be great. I'm trying to do a lot more with that. I'm gonna change my diet around, get to the gym more. I signed up for my first 5K on May 18th. The day after classes end, I'm driving and I'm doing a 5K. So we'll see how that goes. My charity is for Dress for Success, which is a company that provides clothing, resources, business advice to underprivileged women who are, trying to beat the system to turn everything around because I fully support people who are trying to do that. I love people who want to turn their life around, and I really want to do everything I can to help them. And so, that's kind of the charity that I chose for. I don't know how much money I'm going to raise because I'm A, broke, B, don't have a lot of friends, C, broke, but, that'd be cool. That's cool, so that's pretty much where we're at right now. So, I don't know how frequently I'm going to get to updating over the next 55 days because I'm supposed to spend 60 hours a week on campus prepping for this big exam. But other than that, it's been great. Life's been working itself out slowly but surely, and I'm turning it around. So I know I was struggling really hard there in the middle, but it's great to see where I've come. It's great to see where I'm going to be at, and I couldn't be more proud of myself. And hopefully you get to that point because it's a great feeling. The sun's starting to shine. My career's starting to go underway, and it's an amazing feeling that I'm going to be a doctor after all. So if you really stuck with me for 11 minutes and 9 seconds, thank you. Thank you for listening to what I have to say. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything, post it below. Write me an inbox message, anything like that. I'm going to try and update this a little bit more frequently. Now I'm starting this fitness thing because I want to start transformation photos and whatnot. But I don't know how appropriate that would be for a medical school channel. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So onward and upward. Moving on with my life and getting it done. So this marks pretty much almost the end of my second year of medical school, and it's an amazing feeling. So, all right, I'll talk to you later. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or anything like that. See ya.